In the midst of this war with Muslims, the Illuminati will use this opportunity to destroy Al-Aqsa Mosque so they can build a third temple, so the Antichrist can sit in this temple and claim to be God. 2 Thessalonians 2:3 says, "Let no man deceive you in any way, for that day will not come unless the great apostasy comes first, and the man of lawlessness is revealed, the son of destruction, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he sits as God in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God." Don't you remember that I told you about all this when I was with you? And you know what is holding him back. For he can be revealed only when his time comes. For the lawlessness is already at work secretly, and it will remain secret until the one who is holding it back steps out of the way. And then the lawless one will be revealed, whom the Lord will consume with the breath of his mouth and destroy with the brightness of his coming. The coming of the lawless one is according to the working of Satan, with all power, signs, and lying wonders, and with all unrighteous deception among those who perish, because they did not receive the love of the truth that they might be saved. And for this reason, God will send them a strong delusion that they should believe the lie, that they all may be condemned who did not believe the truth but had pleasure in unrighteousness. The Antichrist, the Dajjal, he is on earth right now, and he has been chained up for thousands of years. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "A Christian man named Tamim Dari came to the Prophet to accept Islam. He narrated to the Prophet that him and 30 men sailed on the ship. They got lost and tossed around by the waves for 30 days. Then they came to an island. They stepped foot on the island and was greeted by a creature with long, thick hair so thick that they couldn't tell between the front and the back of it. This creature name was El Jassasa, which means the spy. El Jassasa said, 'O people, go to this monastery. There is a man that is very eager to meet you.' They followed El Jassasa to the monastery and seen a well-built man with his hands tied to his neck and iron shackles between his legs. The sailor said, 'Woe be upon you. Who are you?' The man said, 'You will soon get to know about me. But first, tell me, who are you?' The sailors told him who they were and how they got to the island. Then the chained up man asked the sailors a series of questions. He asked them if the date palms of Baysan bear fruit. They said yes. He said soon they will not bear fruit. Then he asked, was there any water in Lake Tiberias? They said yes, it has plenty of water. He said soon it will be dry. Then he said, inform me about the unlettered prophet. What has he done? They said, he has come out from Mecca and has settled in J3ws, Medina. He asked, do the Arabs fight against him? They said, yes. He asked, how did he deal with them? They said, he had overcome those in his neighborhood and they had submitted themselves before him. Thereupon, he asked the sailors, has it actually happened? They said, yes. Thereupon, he said, if it is so, that is better for them that they should show obedience to him. I am going to tell you about myself. I am Dajjal and will be soon permitted to get out. And so I shall get out and travel in the land and will not spare any town where I would not stay for 40 nights, except Mecca and Medina, as these two places are prohibited areas for me. And I will not make an attempt to enter any of these two. An angel with a sword in his hand will confront me and will bar my way, and there will be angels to guard every passage leading into these two cities. Mecca and Medina will be the two safest cities on earth when the Dajjal, the Antichrist, is released upon earth. And many people think that island was one of the islands of Britain. Britain is the most evil Antichrist nation on earth today and throughout history. Britain is so evil, Britain gave birth to America, the most demonic nation to ever exist. Britain is directly responsible for creating the false state of the Illuminati by stealing land from Palestine.